Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back to another episode. We are on number 26 of Take Me Down a Rabbit Hole. Thank you so much for tuning in, showing up. How was y'all's week? What's going on out there? I hope it went well as always. Hope some new endeavors are coming about for you. I hope that you have hope. Busy week? Okay. I hope that's a good busy. Freddie B, all is good. I feel like for me, I'm just going to call you laughing out loud. How's it going? It's going good for me. Thank you so much for asking. All right. So we're back. I can say that the timeline has been a little dry, right? But some things have happened in the news, and I don't know if you guys have paid attention. Pork chops, not today. I don't know when I'll have pork chops next. Maybe I've got some in the freezer waiting on me to cook them. But I know on Monday, my husband's cooking chicken and my mom made spaghetti today. So that's what I've been chomping on today. And I had some fajitas for breakfast, but we're not going to talk about that. The fajitas for breakfast. But yeah, so I'm glad that you guys are doing good. Hello, Nope. Good evening. Glad to see you here. Glad to see everyone here. So yeah, again, little quiet on the timeline scene, but some little things have been poking out. I don't know if you've seen them. So first up, oh yeah, you know what? Hey, I can definitely start there. Salute Azim, salute. Welcome. So glad to see you. Yeah, says Elson says, yeah, I've seen the Virginia Guiffre, nothing suspicious at all. Exactly. And what everybody's pointing out, the elephant in the room, is that she got hit by a car about 2 weeks ago, and she was in critical condition then. I think she said that she only had a couple days to live or something like that. And then apparently I didn't see it. I need to go and check it out because it kind of just came across the timeline. But she was saying that she wasn't suicidal. She was like, if I die, I ain't do it to myself. And next thing you know, they're claiming that she has died by suicide at the age of 41. Now, if you don't know who Miss Virginia Guiffre is, I think that's how you pronounce her last name. If you don't know who she is, she's one of the first people to break the whole Epstein thing wide open. She was one of the first people. She was on the hip hop scene. If again, I want to give credit to where credit is due. The person that I found this out from is from Kev Rowe. He did I guess a deep dive on it. I want to say that he called it Epstein and hip hop. It's far back in his repertoire. Okay, but if you get a chance to check it out because yeah. So homegirl, she was being seen at these parties. Hey, I'm here. Good to see you. I'm good to see you. I'm glad that you are here. On the hip hop scene with the Jay-Z's of, and the Dame Dashes. And Kev Rowe broke that wide open. So anyway, she was one of the first people to say, that Epstein was trafficking people. She was one of the people that had to be passed around to these high-level folks. And now they're saying that she suicided herself. I looked at the comments as always, and I didn't see people. Everybody was like, "Nah, she definitely wasn't trying to go." She definitely wasn't trying to go. So, said police said Shorty got minor injuries though. Now all of a sudden she's dead. Exactly. And that's the thing about it. They can. Have y'all seen that movie Eagle Eye with Shia LaBeouf? I don't want to tell too much of the movie because I hate, when people tell me the end of movies. But pretty much he is investigating his twin's murder, or his death, I should say, his death murder. But it just shows how they can time things to where it looks like an accident. I'll just say that. And I know, just like they're saying the whole Angie Stone thing was suspicious, and yeah, it's crazy. She was picked. Yeah, exactly. And he's always being mentioned. She was pictured with Prince Andrew also. He's always being mentioned. His mama, his daddy. They're always there. And he's always, every time someone is being trafficked to high level people, his name is always in it, and his family. So I'm not surprised. Eagle Eye was prophecy. Yeah, again, truth in plain sight. They're just letting us know. They just let us know what they can do. And on that same note, if you saw, Phil Robinson from the Bad Boys camp also died this week. Now, they're saying that he had cancer. I don't know if he did or not. Not trying to down him, but it's just really convenient that he's passed now. And I'm pretty sure he knows a lot of the inside that was going on at Bad Boys, seeing as though he was his right hand man. I don't know if y'all ever watched the whole Making of the Band series. He was always right there. And now Puffy's in trial, whatever you want to call his name, Diddy. Now he's gone to trial, and now one of your right hand men has passed from cancer. Again, it just seems pretty convenient. It's just showing that it just shows how deep the cover up goes. I allegedly, definitely seems like it's a cover up going on. So what I was going to say, Pope died. Pope did die. Pope died on what they claimed. Now, I've never heard this before. Tell me if y'all have heard it. Easter Monday. They were saying that the Pope died on Easter Monday. I've never ever heard that. The number of decades I've been on this earth, I've never heard that. But he passes on a very, it just, to me, it was just way too close to the Passover. It was just way too close to Jesus dying. He was trying to put, if it was a genuine death, I'm not trying to be mean, but it just seems, because he's saying he's the vicar of Christ. And I know that people say that Pope Francis himself denied that he was, but the Pope, the papacy as a whole, believe that the Pope is the vicar of Christ. And so the fact that you're dying on a holiday when people are supposed to be celebrating the resurrection of Christ is just a little too close for me. I know, right? Good. Listen, she said, good riddance, get the ass out of here. They're all, yeah. But listen, have y'all heard of the Antichrist person? I feel like I vaguely ran across that story this week, but I can't say that I read into it because I don't remember anything about it. So please enlighten us. Edelson says, yeah, Easter Monday in the UK is a bank holiday. The American equivalent for is the federal holidays, apparently. Oh, okay. Okay. I looked it up and apparently it was a thing, but that's just not something I've ever heard. It's always been a celebration on Sunday. I just never ever heard Easter Monday. And again, the same day, Kanye comes out and says that he and his cousin used to get down. So again, I just felt like it was a bunch of mockery going on. I just felt like they were just trying to muddle up, even if whether I celebrate Easter or not, I just felt like they were trying to muddle up the day that people were supposed to celebrate Christ's resurrection. So yeah, nothing happens on Monday. It's just a day off. Okay. Kanye spilling the beans. And see, this is the thing. It's so hard to know whether he's, I don't want to say telling the truth, but I don't even know if that's Kanye. I don't know if they've got him chipped up to where they have him programmed to say certain things and Kanye's gone. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. I was just about to say that Kanye about clone Ye. Yeah, I'm not surprised. There were rumors back then that he got graped by African Bambaataa a while back. Really? He was around African Bambaataa to be taken advantage of by him? That's crazy. Because isn't he New York somewhere? So when would he have had the chance to do that? What's the backstory with that? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I just heard about this last night on YouTube. Marcus Rogers was speaking on it, but people are claiming this man to be the Antichrist. I forgot his name, but it's big right now. Now, why are they claiming him? What about him? I'll have to look it up. Let me check on my phone. Yeah, what about him is making people think that he's the Antichrist? And what do you think the effect is if people think that, see, I don't know, do that many people know about the Antichrist? Do people outside of the Christian faith know about the Antichrist? I guess I've never. Okay, so yeah, anyway, sorry, I got off on that. I just was like, wait, do they? Yeah, why do they think that? Why do they think he's the Antichrist? Oh, so my question was, is there an effect for people thinking that the Antichrist is being revealed now? Is this on some pre-rapture type of thing? Is that what people see? They got too many. I feel like they have too many psyops going on. But that's the point, right? Isn't that the point, to get us confused and all? The Antichrist has appeared and announced himself on earth with many. Okay, so it's a 21-minute. I'll have to watch it. This is why everyone thinks the Antichrist has revealed himself. Okay, so there's a couple videos on it. So yeah, I'll check them out and let y'all know what I think about that. Yeah. Batman himself would never be able to beat that information out of me if I was Kanye. This is clone Kanye since 2017. Yeah. Because what is even, I don't know. Because if he is a victim, I'm not saying he shouldn't, be able to speak out. But him and Ray J are gunning for that spot right now, to where they're just saying and doing anything, to have that spot. I don't know what's going on. I think maybe he's going insane from knowing so much about the industry, etc. Okay, that I definitely agree with. And his mom dying, wife leaving, relationship with his kids. That I can definitely see. I think everybody saw the change when Kanye's mom died. I think everybody saw that. It was definitely like a flip of the switch, especially if you were there when Kanye first came on the scene. And yeah. But listen, he was rapping about it like he was happy with what he had done. But I guess it came to bite him in the booty. African Bambaataa started the whole Zulu rap thing, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Q-Tip and all of them kept it going, but people been saying Q-Tip been a little fruity. Yeah, I've heard that too. De La Soul too. I've heard that, like, you never seen, besides Janet, they claim that they've never seen Q-Tip with a woman. So, I mean, I don't know. I just know, what's the old dude's name? Hassan Campbell spoke out real heavy. He had so many videos where he was talking about how him and his friends, and that's sad that a whole group of y'all, not one person in the group, had enough sense to be like, no, maybe we shouldn't do this. I don't know. You need one friend, y'all. You just need that one friend in the group. Save you from a bunch of stuff. Did you watch the video I recommended? Is that please remind me. I watched a few videos that were recommended. I just have to. Because someone was talking about the Ashton. What's his name? Ashton Forbes, I think. And I did watch that. And that's something I need to rewatch, to be honest. But one thing that they said in that video that stood out to me was that they could not go back in time. And it made me think of the scripture that says that yesterday is in the oven. Is argue 99% of people in and out of the church don't even know God nor have a proper root in him to even understand the idea of evil in general. So no, probably not the Antichrist. Yeah, I wonder what makes them think that that's him. I don't even know if we're supposed to know. I don't think we're at that part yet. I just don't think that we're there yet. Because I read that whole passage almost 2 lives ago, where we talked about the daughter of war, and she goes and tries to make an agreement with, I believe it is the king of the South. Yeah, so I don't think we're there yet. Okay, I see his name is Abdullah. Oh, okay. I'll look. Okay, let me look. Yeah, I gotta see this. Why do they think this man and where they're getting their definition of the Antichrist from? I heard some things about the Earth's pole shifting and the rotations of the Earth and the axes. I don't know too much though. Yeah, I've been hearing that for years, but I think, yeah, I can't say I know too much about it either. I kind of block it out when they start talking about the rotation of the Earth. But I want to say it goes with the age that we're in as well. There's a belief system that believes that that's going to happen at the dawn of the age. AB was a child Chester. Who the heck's AB? I'm sorry. My goodness, Kanye is the most successful psyops 3-letter agencies ever crafted. I mean, he's definitely good, and they're definitely good at what they do. Okay, yeah, Cam the King. Yes, I did watch it. I did watch it. I wasn't quite, again, that's why I was saying I have to rewatch it because I wanted to understand the science a little bit more about why they think that we have that technology. But yes. Um yeah, I'm it's hard to wrap my time travel is hard to wrap my mind around. Yeah, I just don't mm, mm. So I don't have too much to say on that. It's just hard for me to wrap my mind around, so I'm going to watch that video again. True, they used to do groups bad back then. Fair Side definitely got touched on. They used to be background dancers for Bobby Brown, I think. Oh my goodness. That's not good. But I know they would definitely do that to those boy groups. I remember it did any of them I feel like Manu though, remember them, the guys that Ricky Martin came out of, the group that Ricky Martin came out of. I want to say they had some weird allegations against the record company for some weird stuff. Yeah, I thought that was interesting too. He has some videos where he brings on the scientists working on the tech and provides massive amounts of receipts. I don't know how he or the redacted news crew isn't dead. Again, it's hard to see or know why they choose to shut some people down and let some people keep running. Some people can say things, other people can't. I don't know the formula. But yeah, cool science. Gotta run. I'll join back if you're still streaming. Have a good night. You too. Thank you so much for being here. I think people throw around Antichrist as a fear mongering and as a buzzword. Yeah. So I guess he's declaring himself to be, or the Mahdi. Yeah, I'll have to read into that. That's weird. Most people don't know the Antichrist because they don't know Christ. Literally, how you gonna know someone who the opposite of someone you don't know, right? The whole point, it would be cheered. Yeah, it would be cheered for. Yep. I don't know either, but it definitely happens. Nope, 100%. So that MH370 event was proof we have the tech. He and a famous scientist explain the science in layman's terms and show all the patents for it. Okay. Ashton has his own channel where he breaks down the science and shows videos of it being done. You should check it out. He brings on a lot of physicists that are big in the world today to explain it. Okay, I'll definitely do that. Maybe that'll be something I do tonight while I finish this Hinduism video. That tech shouldn't be played with. The ionizing masses and making things go. Philadelphia experiment is a dangerous weapon to wield. There's a lot of things that they are wielding. It's just a lot of weapons that they're wielding that they shouldn't have. It's just a lot going on. Yeah, it's just a lot going on. All at one time with this AI stuff, and then with them doing this. And then have y'all seen, let me just jump to this. If y'all have watched the unedited version of Project Bluebeam, you know that they have detected this huge mass. They said it's almost as big as Texas, I want to say. And it's in the ocean. They had sight of it and then it disappeared for a little bit, but they call it, can you guess what they, let me say this. Can you guess what they call it? They call it Leviathan. So, yeah, nope, thank you. They call it Leviathan. Now, there's so many depictions of the Leviathan, but most importantly, it's a 7-headed serpent. The Bible has literally a whole chapter on it. It's so big. Its scales are so close together that you can't even fit like a spear through it. He says that even looking upon this thing, you pretty much die of fright. And those on the other side are actually trying to drum him up. One of their big major goals is to awaken the Leviathan. And of course, it's one of those end time things. So they're trying to get all this stuff to come to a head. They don't know which thing is going to do it, but they're doing everything that they have in their power or in the demon's power, all the technology that they can. If y'all are noticing, listen, look at CERN. Look at all the stuff that they have going on. They're setting it up. Armageddon. When God's people, there's going to be a big war against their people. He goes deep into the plasma tech and do style weapons. Listen. Yeah, they got a lot planned. The Chinese have been using the Bluebeam tech to put on huge shows and demonstrations. You should look into it. They did a show where they put the whole movie in the sky for attendees to watch. I was at the stop sign the other day and a NASA van went past me that said something about beam lights, NASA beam lights or whatever. And I wasn't ready to see it, so I wasn't ready to take the picture for y'all, but I'm like, man, oh man, they getting set up. They are getting set up. Do not be deceived. Do not be deceived. Know this stuff is coming. Leviathan and the sea are tied. Have you seen the unredacted video of the Tic Tac? It's on the video going thousands of miles per hour under the water in the ocean, then flies into the sky. Heck no. The Tic Tac. What? What is that what they call it? The Tic Tac? Yeah, they said this thing is huge. It's so, and they kind of show depictions of it. If you watch certain movies, I want to say, what's the Perseus? What is that movie called? I don't know, something about Perseus and the gods, but they have the Kraken. They call it the Kraken, and it comes out of the water. So, CERN puts on huge pagan rituals. Yep. Look at the statue of Shiva outside of CERN. They put the Shiva, right in the open. People too stupid to connect dots. But, and now I wouldn't even say that. They're just taught to believe that either all religion's bad or every religion has something good in it. And they don't really see anything wrong with these gods. Isn't Shiva, if I'm not mistaken, Shiva's the destroyer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she's the destroyer of the worlds. Yeah, Percy Jackson Edelson. Yes, thank you so much. Percy Jackson. It's in one of those movies. Yeah. Google mapped the whole Earth. That's the best they did with lasers. So, okay. I don't know. They just have a lot going on. But they're all bringing out their guns, so to speak. So if you didn't see, Michael B. Jordan actually was interviewed again on the red carpet. And the lady asked him about his middle name, which is Bakari. And she tells him, what his middle name means. And he's like, yeah, you're right. You did your homework, you did your research. And she goes on to ask him, which I felt like it was a major setup. Can I play it? If I can play it, I'll play it. But what was I saying? She asked him what his middle name, where'd he get it from? And he said, Ababaleo. Ababaleo, I think is how you say it. Ababaleo. So of course, I did my digging. And Ababaleo in West Africa, my middle name is Demon. I hope not. What's that rapper that's in jail right now for killing his two friends that were in the backseat? Melly. Isn't his middle name Demon as well? Yeah. Okay, so the Babaleo in West Africa means father of secrets in the Yoruba language. So this is around the Caribbean and South American Spanish. It denotes a high priest of the Ifa oracle. This is the divination of wisdom. also known as the Orisha Orun Mila. Okay, an Orisha is a divine spirit which serves their supreme god in the Yoruba religion, Oladamir. Now, if I'm mispronouncing this stuff, I apologize, but so the Babaleos interpret the messages of the Orun Milo. Now this is the interesting. The counterpart is the Ayaleo. Now, what does that sound like to you? Ayalaleo. I don't know how to pronounce it. But in Lukumi means mother of mysteries or mother of wisdom. Now, Rhonda Eva Harris is a New Thought spiritual teacher. She's an author. She's a life coach. She's better known as Ayala Van Zandt. Now, she was given that title by her grandmother in 1983. And it's supposed to mean great mother after she was initiated and ordained as a priestess in the Yoruba tradition. So they have, now this Olodumare is supposed to be like the Lord God of heaven in that tradition. And he exists in three parts. The Iludimare, which is the creator, the Olarun, which is the ruler of heavens, and the Olafi, which is the conduit between heaven and earth. So they are there to communicate with the ancestors. So this is going along the lines of ancestor worship. And the Iron Mole, they get by chanting the Oriki, which is a praise poetry. Now, this is why I brought this up. We've got Michael B. Jordan. He's on a high right now. He's played in Wakanda. In those two series, he's looked at as a very strong Black man. And now he's in the forefront saying that his middle name comes from, or he was named by a Babaleo. So what do you think? And he just played in a movie. See, this is why it's all a raise, because he just played in a movie called Sinners. And if I'm not mistaken, y'all told me that Jesus is like a white vampire or some crazy crap like that. But what do you think the comments were all flooded with? When I saw the comments, I'll just tell you, all the ladies wanted to follow Michael B. Jordan wherever he was going to go. And so if you have a man who says that this is where, because there's so many Black people right now, and this was also a divide that I saw in the comments, because you have one side that says that Christianity is the white man's religion. And then, of course, you have the other half that are believers. And so the division comes where people are in the comments. You've got a movie called Sinners, and of course you're depicting Jesus the way that he's not supposed to be depicted, and you're downplaying who he is. And so now you've got all the people who believe in that Yoruba and that ancestor worship and the motherland religion, and you stole it from us when you took us from our country, and you made us take on the white man's religion. You've got that mindset that comes out, and then it starts spreading from one person to the next. So to me, I just saw it as another, because okay, yeah, it is a good question, right? Maybe it's something that you're curious about, but it was the way that she harped on his middle name. It was the way that she brought it up, as if she knows that that it was going to be used. Let me just say that, like they knew it was going to be used as a tool. So I think they're going to use it. I think they're definitely going to take this and use it and work it for evil. And I know it might seem minuscule, but look how easily people's minds are turned. Let me see. Let's see if they'll let me play it. No, they're not. Did you know that Tesla cars map the roads? When one Tesla maps a pothole in the road, another Tesla in a whole different state has that info and knows where the obstruction is? People stupid trust in tech. Wait, what? Wow, really? Their cars are communicating with each other like that? That's, yeah, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that. I had another ritual on the 22nd of this month. It ended yesterday. What are you going to gain from this ritual? Why are all occultists gay and do butt stuff? All occultists are gay of playing booty tickling with each other's pooper. You got to be extra sus and love those June parades in San Francisco to be an occultist. Again, they have to tap into, from my understanding, they have to tap into everything, good and evil. They have to touch it in order for them to be able to, I guess, manipulate things. I don't know. I don't know. Demons are telling them that this is needed. I don't know. I feel like it came from earlier civilizations and eras, Greek and Roman, probably recreation of weird tradition, that stuff. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They did that on a regular. People, they're known for the men on men action in Greek and Rome. I mean, in Greece and Rome. So, says, see, Epiphany, I told you the movie was an attack on Christianity through using racist white people, hair and red herrings for now. Ancestor worship. And listen, and I agree with you. I haven't even seen the movie, and I can see how it's being played up. It's getting people riled up right now. And yeah, people are already divided over religion. Now they're going to make sure that even the race and the religion are used. They want people to revert to paganism. Absolutely. That's exactly what they want to do. But here's the thing. There's going to be so many people that don't agree that it's paganism, because that's the argument. That's the argument, because they say, why do you Christians always think that when it doesn't line up with your religion, then it's of the devil? They have, and they said that this is what we would have been worshiping if you would not have taken us from our land and our people. But again, and I've said this in a different video, no one can force you to believe something. People weren't converting. I understand that there were war and the Catholics were fighting and the Muslims fighting. I understand that. I'm talking about Christianity, though. And those people were converting to Christianity because they believed, not because they were forced to. Jesus never forced anybody to believe in him. Yet Michael B. Jordan doesn't realize he is being used as an Antichrist figure from Hollywood to guide Black people against God. Oh yeah, and it's gonna work. It's gonna work. I saw it in the comments. It's working already. Edelson, let's not make excuses for the booty bashing cheerleaders. Yes. The gay bust up is the physical version of being able to revert God through reverse engineering his creation. Well, they have to make it like it's all the same. Because even with this Yoruba God, this supreme God that they worship, it doesn't even have a gender. So if things are fluid and you've got the Baphomet symbol who has breast and a phallus, you've got what else? They're just trying to merge everything so that there's no differentiation. There's a reason why we're told that he made us male and female. He specifically said that for a reason, because he knew that they're going to try to do this. There's a reason why he said men should not wear what pertains to a woman, because he knew they were going to start doing this. Homosexuality is not good. It's against God's law. Yeah. I don't know if there's going to be a period right now where there's going to be fake peace, but it seems like they're trying to, get things cleaned up, especially as far as the trans and all that goes. But I think it's also making them fight back harder as well. I'm going to make a mini video about Sinners because, ironically, the movie director uses Black trauma as a vehicle to manipulate Black people by getting them emotionally riled up. But don't most of these, look at Tyler Perry. Look at the crap that he puts out. But I think they do it because they know they can. There's certain, and there's passion. There's passion. I've seen passion across all color lines. But like you said, they take the trauma and they know that even today, Black people will get emotional about what happened to our ancestors. And like they just know that. Right. This is all about what you put your faith in. While we have free will that God let us have. Yes. The wheat is being sifted right now, whether we know it or not. There's tares being sowed among us. And at the end of time, those tares are going to be torn up and thrown into the lake of fire. So we need to decide whether we're going to be the wheat or the tares. Yeah, it's seen as going back to what my ancestors used to do before taking on the white man's religion, when Christianity was strongly in Asia and Africa, Ethiopia, before anywhere in Europe. And that knowledge has to keep being put out there. Now, the one argument that I hear them, it's not really a good argument, but they have it. Frumentius was Greek. And when he was enslaved, he and his brother passed on that information, or I guess the gospel, to King Azana in Ethiopia, in Axum. And so they take that as, they try to make that as if it's colonization. But it's really not, because we have to remember that there was the day of Pentecost. And at the day of Pentecost, all the nations were there. And so when the Holy Spirit came upon them, they were able to hear each other speak, even though they were all speaking different languages. And so what do you think happened? They took that information and went back to their homelands, being filled with the Holy Spirit. You think they kept it inside? No, they definitely told people. And so again, that's why I said they use it as an argument, but it's not really a good argument, because all he had to do was be filled with the Holy Spirit, like on the day of Pentecost, and then take that back. And spread the gospel. Christianity's earliest findings is in Ethiopia, for goodness sake. If anything, it would be a black religion before white. I know. But it's not a race religion at all. Exactly. That part as well. That part as well. But again, you have people who the Bible says were amongst them, but who departed from them and started corrupting the way. And so now people are all tangled up. They over here worshiping the Pope. But yeah, good tool. I mean, the devil is clever. He's the most subtle of all the creatures that God had made. I guess I'm different. I don't cry whether something is black or white, but maybe I'm just a cry baby pansy like others. I mean, again, it probably depends on where you live. I don't get to see that type of racial tension. I mean, Louisiana was a little different. There was some questionable things that I've seen, like going into a Raising Cane's and everybody has on blackface. I mean, even though it's Halloween, I was taken aback. Well, they don't want division, so obviously they want it to be black versus white. Yep. They're going to make sure that it's black versus white, but then also within black and white, they're going to make sure that there's divisions as well. Exactly. Yes. Nope. Exactly. Flour or corn, soft or hard. Exactly. They're going to make sure as many divisions as they can. And then once they create that chaos, guess what? Now they need a solution. And who's going to be the one to give the solution? They are. Even though they are the ones that created the chaos. And that's the Hegelian dialectic. That's the meaning of that. I read something saying that the number 17 was an indication of false flag. And those are definitely things that they do to create chaos. Oh, wait, I genuinely wanted to know how she ate tacos. Oh, I was like, yeah, okay. I love some tacos. Okay, so Italians and Irish weren't considered white until a few years ago in America. Oh, really? What did they consider them? Well, I get it, but people only do blackface because it's easier. You try to do Asian face, all the Halloween. Oh no, Halloween night, squinting, doing calculus and STEM crap. I don't know. I don't think they would do it. They don't have costumes like that anyway, but they wouldn't allow that. I'm not saying anybody should, be made fun of. So I don't know. Freemason equals 17. Yeah. He made a good point of just all the different just things that have happened on that day, or how many times they use the number 17. But I think that was that young man, Rick Clay, I want to say, RIK. I guess he used to speak out a lot about that. I eat entering, I don't discriminate. Oh, you said I eat everything, I don't discriminate. I had 17. XXX had the 17 tattoo. 17 equals 1 plus 7 equals 8, which is the cycle of death and life infinity. Oh, okay. Mm, that's crazy. And I know that he was into that witchcraft. I mean, decades ago when they came over as immigrants on boats, etc., pre 1980s. Mm. So they just their own class of people? They just claimed that they were Italian and Irish? Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, the enemy is using race and discrimination to hinder us from growing as people with God, though. Oh, yeah. I feel like now that they've learned how, absolutely. Yep. Signs and symbols rule the world, not people. That's one of my favorite quotes. You learn the symbolism and you can see it everywhere. Yes. Just gotta pay attention. Pay attention. Speaking of paying attention, I guess I mean I saw him drop an album, but I just didn't care. Why y'all didn't tell me Will Smith said that he was Jesus in one of his raps? I don't. Why would he? Just the blasphemy of it all. Will Smith, what makes you think that you are anywhere near Jesus? He did, and the thing about it, exactly, no, because this was 6 months ago. This was 6 months ago when he dropped this song. He's just taking it way too far. TD Jakes officially stepped down, and his daughter will be running it. I'm just gonna shake my head. Now I don't know if it's due to he's getting older, or if it's due to all the allegations that have been coming out about him. I mean, I really don't know if that many people believed a lot of the stories, because he's been allowed to preach and be in front of folk, and they made fun of him for being at Diddy parties, but it felt like it really didn't faze him and his status. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think his daughter should run it. I'll say that. I don't think his daughter should run it. I think white people happen to be used to do this. I'm just gonna say a lot of they've learned. People learned a lot of tactics over the years. I'll just say that they know how to get what they want. Whites and blacks are the true natives to America. They should hold on. They should band together and kick everyone else out. I just don't. I'm like, it's just land. I don't understand why people can't just live where they want to live. Honestly. I mean, there's so much land out there. And yeah, there's a lot of people, but I think there's enough land for everybody to have like a little piece. Put a little house on there, driveway or something. I don't understand why certain people have the rights to the land. It's just weird to me. Not sure I can do a Google search of how many rappers have in their videos of them hanging on the cross. Really, I can think of Nas and Tupac. I don't, yeah, those are just two off the top of my head. But yeah, I'll have to Google that. Yeah, like how blacks were counted as 3/5 and things like that. Classism, North states versus Southern states, always something to separate people within people. Yep. I mean, but yeah, but they've been doing that even back in Pharaoh's time. Like for English, Irish were used to indenture slaves in colonies. And Italians were darker skinned, as seen as dirty. They had communism, socialism also, which is anti-capitalist American thinking. Oh, really? They were seen as dark. That's so crazy. They were seen as dark skinned. Nothing dark about Italians. That's crazy. Tell that to China. They're buying up hundreds of thousands of acres in the U.S. and they own thousands of business and building numbers say China owns 15% of the U.S. Yeah. What am I going to say? The Chinese have a lineage in the 13 family bloodline as well. So, of course. China does own us. Exactly. We should, whoa. We should classify women as 3/5 a person. So when they vote, it takes two of them to cancel out a man's vote because they vote like trash and on feelings and have no responsibility that vote power. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't have a comment about that. Colorism is a crazy thing. Asian people bleaching their skin too. Are they really? Why would they do that? I know it's really prevalent like in African countries, but that's crazy. But just how one side has bleaching, the other side has tanning, we import from them as our main importer. Yeah. I mean, listen, they're all in cahoots together. Said corn my priority, low key, but I'll take flour if I got to. I like flour. I like flour tortillas. Let's see. Don't be deceived by rappers' crucifixes. I don't know if this is the article. Dang, this has too many pop-ups. Oh, that was a stupid article. But it was calling out people like Diddy. "13 ways rappers have portrayed Jesus." Oh, I forgot about Lil Nas X. He did portray himself as Jesus. And you see what's going on with him? I'm not saying, I know people are saying it's because he was mocking God. But apparently he can't feel half of his face. Saying he got that palsy, that Bell's palsy. Yeah, Tupac, Key Glock, I guess, Kanye, Nas. They say Mace did. I don't remember Mace doing that. Ja Rule, Absol, Remy Ma. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I guess. Y'all funny. Y'all talking about those. They always talk about God, but not which God. Yeah. At this point, you got to start saying the name. Can you explain to me, Epiphany, why I got a lineup at the barbershop? Mind you, I haven't been to the barbershop in at least 5 years, but I felt so guilty after getting a lineup and my beard trims. Yeah, why did you feel bad? I mean, did you feel like you were overcharged, or are you usually a do-it-yourselfer? I don't know. They probably converted a lot of Italians to Hispanic nationalities because they used to be very dominant, darker phenotypes. In mean streets, Italians looked Puerto Rican effectively. Okay. I guess I'm trying to see what would be the reason. Because I've only ever heard about, I believe it's Jesse Jackson, who started calling all the copper colored people African American. I don't know. There's a reason why they want to mix us all up, not know our heritage. I felt like I needed to repent. It was very weird feeling. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Yeah, I don't know what to say. People like to show status buying cars, clothes, jewelry, but got no money. House looks like ish. Yeah. I think they were saying even, somebody was talking about the Potter's house and how she used to be a member there. And at one point, she wanted to park next to her friend who was also going to the Potter's house, and her friend had a really nice car, but she had a jalopy, and they made her park in the back with the other beat up cars. She wasn't allowed to park in the area where all the nice cars were. So yeah, it's just it's definitely all a show. Having light skin has always been a sign of wealth. Like basically, you're not dark because you didn't work in the sun. Oh yeah, true. Yep. De Niro is only 1/4 Italian or something. He's got Dinaric Alp ancestry. He's practically Croatian. Oh, okay. I wonder why. Yeah, I wonder why they would just. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of Italians. Ariana Grande, Demi Lovato is Italian descent that I know. Mm. I don't think I knew that. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know why I thought they were both Hispanic. I don't know why I thought that. Well, dang, Croatia is a very beautiful place. I ain't gonna lie. Sprinkle some salt on and avocados on that, and I'll eat it up. No cap. Y'all crazy. Um, although your boy looks clean, I'm never going back. Okay, so do you? I was gonna say, do you usually just do it at the house? Is that why you feel away? Those that say money can't buy happiness have never bought a boat or KX450. I mean, they say a lot of crime happens because of poverty. So I'm not going to go so far as to say money buys happiness, but I think if more people had it, there would be less depression. Did you see that 60% of Coachella tickets were bought using buy now, pay later? Oh no, really? I saw someone do a video on it, how people were financing Coachella tickets, but I didn't watch it. That's crazy. Are they that expensive? Listen, they have this little place where I'm at. It's a multicultural center, and cheap tickets, when I tell you I've seen like Black Violin, Tony Braxton, Sheila E. I've seen the Black Dallas Dance Theater. There's so many different shows that I've seen, and I probably paid about $20 for it. I'm just not a big spender. White folks delete everything every 200 years. I think gypsies used to refer to East Indians living in Europe, and now it refers to white people in caravans. And listen, we talked about gypsies not too long ago because I didn't know that apparently gypsy is a bit of a slur, because when you say I got gypped, you're referring to them. They're not supposed to be honest, I guess, honest people. But that's, yeah, I don't. Again, you wouldn't know certain things, right? Even like ghetto referred to Jewish slums, not what we know as the ghetto now. They change things. And if you don't know history, Yeah, and I hate to say that, but that's what it was because her last name, stage name, is Grande. Exactly. And Lovato, I don't know. I don't know. I just thought that she was just a very light Hispanic. We're not supposed to worship money. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're supposed to use it as a tool. We're supposed to use it as a tool to get the things that we need and get to where we're going. Yeah, the reason they segregated Italians back in the day was to ship them to the Americas and gradually infiltrate the actual nation of Italy with Teutonic people. It was Labizarum all along. Okay, that's a new word. Oh, a living space, central concept in. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it's just weird because no one's where they're supposed to be. Like no one's where they came from. Everybody's just mixed up. Do y'all think it's worth it to go to concerts? Uh, I don't. I really don't know. Again, I think you can see some really nice concerts for a good price. I don't see how people are paying rent prices for, Beyonce tickets and things like that. I just think you have to really pay attention to whose concert it is because you don't want to get caught up in like a Travis Scott type of concert, demonic portal type concerts. For like Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, it was more palpable for American audience. It's scrolling up. For more palpable for the American audience when they were whitewashed. Both Italians, like Black people, slicking their hair to conform to white standards. Um, yeah. I mean, even you actors like Clark Gable, isn't he half Black if I'm not mistaken? But everybody thought he was white. He made sure he got that work. He made his money. Let me see. Sorry, I feel like it's scrolling. Apparently it's called a conch hairstyle. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like like they do a little slick back. Lovato rhymes with avocado, and avocados are from Mexico. Mr. Davis says, "Hey, I got your email. Give me a few days for a thorough response." Okay, perfect. No, that was a really, really thought. I mean, just a really laid out writing. I was like, okay, I get where he's coming from, and I don't think I would have put the two together. Oh, but no, that was pretty good, pretty good writing. I don't understand concerts honestly, like being like why am I buying a ticket to see a human being? I don't know. I guess and I haven't been to so many concerts in my life. I can't say I've been to a lot, but I have been. I don't know, maybe just a lover of music. You just want to get around other people that are singing the song. I don't know. Sing. Yeah, that's really all it was for me. I just wanted to chill out, sing the songs. Even though my first concert was like Juvenile and Cash Money, so it wasn't. I feel like I can see these people on YouTube. I don't have to be there physically. No, I mean we have it. We have a life now where you don't have to go to concerts in person. That's the life that we live in. Liza Minnelli, Joe Rogan, Luke Pasqualano, Tom Morello, Joey Diaz, Ray Romano, Sebastian Maniscalco are closer to 1,800 Italians. Okay, and I can see that in them, especially when you say Joe Rogan, Ray Romano. I can see that. Liza Minnelli. I don't know who the other people are, but it makes sense. YouTube is free. Why waste your hard-earned money to watch some satanic sheet show? Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say nobody knew it was that back then. Nobody knew about that. Yeah. We didn't see the Satanism back in the day. Now it's blatant, but and I think Guiffre they just did a video. They were talking about somebody. Well, I'm just scrolling to see what. Maybe I should go to their page. They do a good thing about exposing these award shows and stuff. It depends on where you are and want in life. I appreciate artists. It's not an easy living. I don't mind supporting. It's a nice experience. I'm more of 200 people in a venue type guy, not 20,000. Yeah, exactly. When I went to go see, and I don't know if y'all know him, but my brother took me to go see Devin the Dude a few years back, and there was maybe 30 people in this old, I don't want to say it's old, but it was nice. I think he paid about $20 for those tickets, and I had the time of my life. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want that either. I put wait. I put cherries in my partner's mouth. We don't need Usher at all. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to do that. He's doing way too much. I miss the day Satanists met in dark basements, not on TV, in music videos, and at superb owls. Nope. Even though they said we've been in the last days for a long time, but the last days. For sure, I want to be around so many people. Claustrophobia. It's too easy for things to pop off. These days, people get upset so easily, and the guns come out, the knives come out. And yeah. Said Devin the Dude, you from East Texas? No, more South Central. But he was up here doing like a little concert. And yeah, the crazy thing about it was more white people than anything, and they knew all the words. But no, it was really good. Said, I get that. I don't even know how to start to pronounce his name. I'm passing on the large crowd of crazies. Yeah, exactly. Hey Scott, good to see y'all. All the legends are here. Y'all so silly. Cool. Jackson, Mississippi. Okay. I used to take my friend, he's an actor, I used to take him out to Jackson when he was touring with his acting group. No, where are you with the building that marketing thing and channel? Yes, good question. All right. So what else? I feel like we went through those topics kind of fast. Yeah, I imagine going to a rap concert and you got at least 1,500 white people saying the N-word and you got to sit and take it because you can't fight an army. I don't remember them being, I don't think it was like a disrespectful type of, so yeah, it wasn't a disrespectful type of night. They were really just chilling. They were passing him blunts off the stage. It was crazy. Um, and again, you have people that really actually love the music and love the culture, and they're really not trying to be disrespectful. Yeah. Hey, good evening. Good evening. Someone just got done saying that all the legends were here, and then boom, divine femme energy came in, and popped up. So it's good to see y'all. What else? What else? Like I said, I felt like we went through those topics pretty fast. Um, oh, the Titanic. Oh, you said what is the SCP stuff? I thought that was fake. So the SCP-169, that's what I was talking about with them detecting what they're calling Leviathan in the water. And it's as big as the state of Texas. I don't know. I don't know if it's fake. Um, yeah, I don't know if it's fake. They seem to be dedicating a lot of research into it. So let's see, because of its size, SCP-169 cannot and almost certainly will never be contained. No structure on Earth is large enough or strong enough to contain SCP-169, not precisely known. By imaging satellites and analyzes eccentricities in Earth's orbit, suggests SCP-169 is located in southern Atlantic Ocean, possibly stretching around the tip of South America. So this thing is supposed to be 2,000 to 8,000 kilometers long. But they don't know anything about its reproduction habits, food sources, or anything like that. They just, I guess, see it. So I don't know if it's real or not. You said it looks like you missed everything. Yeah, I mean, went pretty fast, but yeah, we did talk about sinners, not just very, very lightly, just about the fact that number one, we feel like it's mocking Christianity, and two, it might be being used as a way to divide the masses further, because now they're arguing on, Christianity and the white man again. So I haven't seen it. I just know that everybody's talking about it. So I know they're gonna use it to make a big play. Nope, don't hate on the choir. That word makes them feel affirmed into the community. Wait, what did he say? He said, Edelson said, "Can you swim, Auntie? There is a lot of life in the ocean." Yes, I can swim. And yes, there is a lot of life in the ocean. I was able to go snorkeling when I went to the DR. And I wish I would have got to go deeper. but it wasn't that type of snorkel. But yeah, I swim. I do. Dr. Malachi York had a book talking about Leviathan, and there was a picture of a figure that looked just like Donald Trump on the cover. What? Hold on, I gotta pull that up. That's crazy. I mean, they've got a lot of books surrounding it. I think the last pope is supposed to be dealing with the end of days. I think, isn't there a book, something about the last president or something crazy like that as well? So I don't want to say they know something, but it just seems like, yeah. Oh, I see it. A specific period. It's called 666 Leviathan the Beast as the Antichrist. Wow. And it does have Donald Trump's. When the heck was that book written? Let me see. Edelson, the oceans hold some weird stuff. I do a lot of sailing. I got a 40-foot monohull, and I've seen some weird stuff hundreds of miles out in the ocean. Yeah. The sea is so vast. Yeah, I can imagine what creatures are there. I can't even imagine. Stuff we'll never see. Wait, so this is at least what? I mean, it at least was out in 2016. When did Trump become president the first time? We're in 2025. He did, okay, we did 4 years under. Okay, so that rounds it. So around his first term. Thanks, I'm asking. Yeah, the channel is up, and so far I released one video. The channel is named Uthina. All right. You said I wish I could swim. I mean, it's fairly easy to do. You just gotta not be afraid of the water. I learned when I was about 7 or so. I used to be the only kid that could go to the deep end because they make you tread water for at least a minute. I was the only one that could do it. So I was out there playing by myself. But yeah, just it's really easy. Bison blacks are literally retarded. Okay. They have fully brought into the race psyop. They have the numbers to command whatever they want. Instead, they infight and don't accomplish anything divided. Very good point. Very good point. I think a lot of people just go back to what they know happened and they play off that. Because you can play the victim forever with that. I need to start learning before a flood happens. No, for real. It's just good to know. I mean, even if it's just treading water, just being able to stay afloat. Yeah. So you're like Athena, but from Wuhan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it was. Ain't Trump say he was the last president? I don't know if he said it. He might have. I might have just missed that. But I think there's a book called the Last President or something like that. The Last President. Because I think for a long time, people have always thought that Trump was going to have something to do with the end times. So yeah. So now I'm gonna check it out after this thing. So I know whatever you put together is gonna be heat. Yeah, good. Good. I heard that you can be fined for trying to communicate with dolphins. Really? Why do they care? Do they feel like dolphins have some type of top secret information that they could pass on to us if we were to speak with them? That's what I'm saying. They just have they there's so much power that they have for no reason at all. Why do they have that type of power? To tell you that you can't talk to dolphins. You should be able to talk to dolphins if you want to. Just pretend to clap and flap your toes up at the same time, repeatedly on pace, and there you just learned how to swim. I mean, my sister put my 1-year-old niece in swim classes. Turns out she'd be called drowning classes because all they did was teach the kid how to drown properly. Oh my gosh. They practice dropping them in, huh? I mean, I've seen the videos, but no, dang. I thought they at least teach them to float and all that. Yeah, that's crazy. They always talk about how intelligent dolphins are, so I don't know. Yeah, it's just weird. I mean, now you're gonna have me thinking about what they know. What do they know that we don't know? Okay, so it says oh, they actually have an act. Oh my goodness. The Marine Mammal Protection Act. Okay, so it's called the Marine Mammal Protection Act. This is crazy. This is dated all the way back to 1972. Okay, I'll have to read that into that some more. The Captain of Planet people were the Magic School Bus children all grow up. Yeah. Captain Planet, he's a hero. Let me stop. I'll sing it. That's probably how most people learn how to swim, by getting thrown in there. No, I wouldn't like that, but I'm gonna talk to animals if I want to. Exactly. It's just, I guess. Speaking of dolphin, how did you see that dolphin in Japan that raped 18 women? How did they verify it was one dolphin? One chick said he wasn't, but oh my goodness, bestiality. She's a freak. I feel like by now everybody should know that dolphins like to rape people. They do it to their own dolphins. They drag them down into the abyss. No, they don't go that far, but they do grab them and drag them down and hump them real quick and let them go. And they try to do it to people as well. So I don't know. But 18 women? No, they were doing that on purpose for sure. Because one person would have told somebody else, and that would have told somebody else. There would have been a warning sign. Y'all were going down there on purpose to get that dolphin love. Dolphins are smart as hell. There's so many different creatures that are smart. They even have, octopus. There's a channel on YouTube where he does different tricks. And they're so smart. You can probably put a GoPro on a dolphin and send them by Epstein Island and catch some footage. Yeah, you probably could. I don't know if we would want to see it though. If you get raped by a dolphin and you can always be on land, do you wanted to get with that dolphin? Yeah, I just feel like we know better by now. And then again, 18. Heck no. Infiltrated by dolphins. Yeah. That dolphin has a family lineage now. Yeah. You said, Auntie, you got to arrange a field trip for us. We can take Cam's U-Haul into the ocean interrogating these dolphins. These are crimes against humanity. Edison, you missed it. We've got to stay away from the dolphins. We have to stay away from them. They like women a little too much. If I get violated by a dolphin, it gotta die. Yeah. They're very aggressive creatures, but yeah, very smart. Very, very smart. No, but imagine it was a story about a chick in Ohio that owned a canine. Poor dog gonna need a therapy. Is that the one that's popped up here this? I feel like it popped up this week. I did not want to even see what was going on with that. But yeah, the family dog. Some people. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to think about it. Edison finna get us jumped in the middle of the ocean. What's wrong with this man? I don't know. I can't be here. I feel like the dolphin would definitely get me. Edison, how they got warrants out for grape on these fish. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy out here. What we got? No, I'm really gonna look into this dolphin thing because now I'm curious as to why they can't be talked to. But so remember that big old, was it a gorilla or was it might have been an ape, but they taught it how to talk years ago. They taught it how to sign and all that kind of stuff. So what if they do have some kind of technology where they learn to speak to these fish? I mean, they could. I feel like I'm going way too sci-fi with this. They could tell us what's in the ocean. Imagine being the chick having to tell her husband that the dolphin put it on her better than she was moving in a puddle of water. The dolphin called him slow. Yeah, that's crazy. Wait, what? The U.S. Navy used dolphins to plant mines and find underwater explosives? How deep can they go? I think the government is hiding something. What the heck? Would they have an act in place about dolphins is the same for other marine life? Because the act that I'm seeing, it says marine life, but I did see the thing about the not talking to dolphins. Can't interact. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. What's up with this new Islam guy claiming all this crazy stuff? Am I late? We touched on it, but not really because we don't know what is going on, so we couldn't talk about it. Do you know anything? What is he claiming? Why do people think that he's the Antichrist? We want to know more. I looked him up, saw that his name was Abdullah, and that's really all I know. Look into Illuminati dolphins. Are you playing? That is, I hope that's not a real thing. They have a cart. Okay. It's a group. It's a band. They have an album out. Um, but no, I still got to touch on the whole DARPA birds. I need to look more into that. Aren't dolphin brain waves strong enough to figure some basic language? I think I feel like all animals lightweight can. Cause you see these videos of these people talking to these animals and the animals talk back or they react in a way that lets you know that they know exactly what you just said. So yeah. You said how can people mate with animals? I don't know. I do not know. I can't even wrap my mind around it to even begin to think about how. No, I'm being serious. Okay. Because I'm seeing the group. Oh, okay. Hold on. I think I found it. That's on Reddit. The dolphins are everywhere and they are really making a nuke in Atlantis. They have nuclear bomb codes from the US that George Washington gave them. Then they went back in time and destroyed the Egyptian pyramids and replaced them with a triangle because they wanted us to think that everything the Egyptians built was really the Egyptians when really it was built by dolphins. Okay, they're playing around. Um, yeah, I don't know what they're talking about with this. They started getting crazy. Parrots can copy your speech, which is pretty neat. Yeah, parrots are actually pretty cool. Parrots have solved people's murders because they'll, it's almost like they have Tourette's. They'll just keep blurting out what they've heard, and cops have solved cases that way. They'll blurt out a name or, you know, what they saw. Yeah, they're definitely pretty cool. This man got on a skull cap looking like he recently divorced retired Nickelback band member. I don't care about this dude. The occult basically worships dolphins. You can find dolphins in a lot of their symbolism and patches that there's videos on Illuminati dolphins about how they use them for shiesty stuff. Oh goodness. These poor creatures being used for evil. I think we all on the same page then, but yes, we know many shall come with lies and wonders. Yeah, I just want to see is that what he's doing? Is he practicing miracles? Is he coming around saying that he's the Antichrist? Okay, so it says Abdullah Hashim is the effective head of the Admandi religion of peace and light. His titles include Abba al-Sadiq, which is Arabic for father of the truthful one, and Arabic for the riser. Okay. He is the author of a book, The Goal of the Wise, released on 24th of December 2022, which is the gospel of the Admandi religion of peace and light and was published online as a free PDF. Okay, he's considered to be the second Mahdi after his father. The Mahdis are mentioned in the Islamic traditions as well as the will of Prophet Muhammad. Okay, but what is he doing though? Okay, I'll have to read that later because I can't read and do this. I gotta find out. No, that's not it. I don't know what that is. Just read what I'm talking about. Was done by a guy named Donut on YouTube. Okay. Okay, I'll try to find him. Try to find him. I need a pair to spill the beans to me when I'm not around. They'll do it. Teach him to talk. I was calling this dude they saying is the Antichrist, a retired Nickelback band member. Oh, okay. He said, yeah, I don't believe that he's the Antichrist. I would feel it in my soul or think I would know that something ain't right, but it's not this man. I just think that there's other things that have to be done first before the Antichrist is revealed, according to the Bible, and we're just not there yet. Got a jet. See you next time. Okay, good to see you. Have a good night. I just do not think that we're there yet. So again, I think this is just another distraction, because they have to get the pre-tribs riled up. Those who believe in pre-trib rapture, they have to get those riled up. This is just the time when they're just getting everybody riled up, pretty much. Yeah. Because this guy, Marcus Rogers, is the one saying it, but I don't. And what's crazy is they say that Marcus Rogers is a false prophet. So it's crazy that he's talking about an Antichrist. Because they're showing a bunch of different people. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out. So, anyways, have y'all been watching the Diddy trial? So yeah, Marcus Rogers is definitely a false leadership. He has a long history and lied on God quite recently. Did he? They keep giving him a second chance, another chance, and another chance. So I figure people like it. We are living in weird times. Yes, we definitely are. He said, nope. Yeah, me either. Me either. I'm just gonna wait till the verdict and give the summation, because he just had a lot going on. But I think they might let Diddy go down to protect some other people. They might just let it happen. I don't think he's as protected as he thought he was. All the symbolism they be putting in mainstream music and movies and TV. Yeah, definitely. Bet he get anything from these trials. Yeah, I don't. They just seem like they have so much against him. But again, with all these so-called, I'm gonna call them witnesses dying. Like, who's next? Cosnot is the new Diddy. They don't need Diddy anymore. Really? Is he that bad? Is Cosnot the new Diddy? I don't watch him. Again, I don't get into really. Again, I see with the shower scenes and all that, but I just thought he sits there and plays video games. These streamers are zesty. Yeah, there's a lot going on. I still think it's a distraction. What do you think they're distracting us from now? I saw that Trump was sitting down with Zelensky, they said, behind the scenes. At the Vatican. So I don't know. Yes, they all are. They all promote the gay stuff. It's super sus. I don't know why a lot of men aren't born with functioning testicles today that make testosterone. I just feel like everybody's trying to get after that money. Is it okay to like the characters and not the actors? Because I feel like I feel like I'm falling back into Hollywood. Um, I don't know. So you mean, for instance, the big glaring person in my head right now is somebody like a Tom Hanks. Like, is it okay to watch Forrest Gump knowing that his pedo behind is in it? I, I don't know. I can't say what's right or wrong, but it does seem like support. It does seem like support. So that's that's a hard one. Yes, literally music wise, he's a gatekeeper for sure, to the point where Drake at his highest in his career is texting him when his album drops and every popular rapper joins his streams. Gatekeeper. See, I didn't even know that he had been around that long. I'm thinking that he just came out, but I guess not. Mm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They got a mansion in Florida for Zelensky and his family. That's sus. Mm. See, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how far these ties go and what it all means. You say you're right. A lot of people cut Diddy off since these scandals came out. Yeah, because a lot of people had to run to other countries and whatnot and act like they didn't even know him because they didn't want to be investigated. I mean, has Leonardo DiCaprio came back? Has Ashton Kutcher and his wife came back? A lot of people had to dip off. So, like The Godfather, they make him offer he can't refuse. Yeah, unfortunately. Tom Hanks is a big kid type of actor, but I think he's one of the best spoken actors in Hollywood. His total recall of his movies and their creation, he can't be that perverted if his mind functions. I mean, that's tough to say. Only because I have not heard good things about that man. I think you can be perverted and have a great mind. But again, I always wondered, were these people like this before they entered the industry? Or were they chosen because they were like this? You say ain't nobody listening to Diddy no more like that? No, I think not not so far as a distant memory, but yeah, he's not going to be much of a household name anymore. His artists will still count, but I don't think he went so well. Don't let the Illuminati, I can't even get that out. Illuminati ruin great movies. I mean, I hear you. I hear you on that too. You ever pay attention to politicians doing insider trading like Nancy Pelosi? No, I mean, I hear that they do it. No, I can't say that I ever pay attention to it. Because none of, I don't think any of them are supposed to touch stocks and all that kind of stuff. Because it's insider trading. It's all corrupt to me. I don't know. I had a conversation with a dude yesterday about how soft men are now versus decades men nowadays. Can't change a tire, do an oil change, hunt, fish, fix things around the house, etc. Softies, yeah. I mean, who's there to teach them? Who's there to teach them? Tom Hanks is crazy. If you only knew. No, I've just heard. I heard that his Instagram was a little weird, taking pictures of things from missing people. He had missing people's items, and he just had a collection of pictures of those things. I mean, yeah, I've just heard a lot of things about him. He likes the minors. Y'all heard about Kanye? Yeah. We kind of touched on it, but not a lot. We don't know what's going on. We don't know if this is clone Kanye. We don't know if he's just speaking, his heart. It's just, and he's so erratic that it's hard to know whether he's telling the truth or not. And then people are saying that he said that he used to be gay. I've never heard him ever say that, but I don't know. I don't know. Not you, streamer. Oh yeah. Edelson is wild. I always found it crazy. Politicians who make $120K to $250K a year have multi-million-dollar estates. Yeah. Nancy Girl has one of the best records for investing. There's a website where people copy her exact moves to make money. How corrupt can things be before people grow a spine? Wow. Yeah, these people have so much money. It's sus. Yeah, exactly. I dated a lobbyist for 3 years. The stuff she opened my eyes up to made me realize what a sham government is. The big corporations write the legislation, and all the politicians are bought. Thanks, Israel. Oh, yeah, exactly. Lobbyists, exactly. So pretty much, lobbyists, just like it sounds, they have the money. They go in these lobbies of these big corporations. They stand at the bottom, and then they're there once the politicians and whatnot come off the elevators. They're there to talk him into supporting whatever it is that they want them to support. And then they put the money up for it. So for instance, hey, I want you to support abortion. I don't know. I'll pay you $50,000 to, put this into your campaign. These politicians aren't passing up the money. So they get paid. So many people put money in their pocket to support this and that. So again, like you said, it's all a sham. Oh yeah, didn't Tom off Cappy? Yep. And that guy whistle blew and jumped off the bridge. Yep. I mean, I wouldn't say that he jumped off the bridge himself. He might have been pushed off that bridge. But yes, absolutely. Yep, he was dropping names of people that we would not have even thought of. Says Shannon Sharp is a weirdo, not gonna lie. Also, why Michelle Obama got a podcast, bring on the most ill-informed Black women on it. You know why. You just answered it right there. To bring on the most ill-informed Black women. To help further cause the divide. Look what Tracy Ellis Ross got up there and said. And I'm not even talking about her getting up there saying that she likes to date young men. Okay. But when she's like, yeah, I don't have a man because of toxic masculinity. All these men are homophobic and this and that. It's like, why do you want these men to be all soft like that? Why? Because you first have to bind the strong man. If you're going to get into his house and steal his goods, you have to bind him first. They need all the strong men bound. Bro, I got a list of things I think I need to know how to do. The second half of the baby boomer men dropped the ball. Their only goal in life was to get an education for status to attract coochie. Yeah. I mean, had to have. And I think, again, that's against all races. Yeah, and in generations, absolutely. I just think that I thank my dad for teaching me how to do stuff, change tires, and my husband teaching me how to change oil, and dad teaching me how to change brake pads and all this other stuff. So although I haven't had to do it because, well, I've had to do it once myself, but usually someone comes to my rescue, but I know how if I need to. So yeah. Obama had Tracy Ellis Ross on her podcast talking about how she searches for young men to date. Yeah, and like I commented, I'm not surprised that she has trouble in the dating field because her mama was kind of out there, out and about with a lot of different men. And so now her daughter is struggling. And it's so weird because, Michelle and Barack, there's rumors surrounding them, their marriage and whether they're going to get divorced or not. So I don't know what Michelle Obama's purpose is right now with this podcast, but I think she's going to, I don't know, muddle up some things. Nope, I just looked up the video. I'm dying the title. Okay. She would go to dinners with high-ranking members and offer treats to get what they are lobbying for. Yep. And the same thing with these sex kittens. They get them all juiced up, have them go to high-ranking officials and get secrets out of them in exchange for quote-unquote treats. And they can get them to do anything. That's how easy it is. You have money or you got that cat. Where is the curvature on the flat Earth? I think that's the question, that there is no curvature on the flat Earth. Like there's a dome, but as far as the ground, it's level. Just like you would think of the bottom of a mountain, you wouldn't think that it's curved. You'd think that it's flat. And I thought that something stuck out as well with the whole them going to space, or them telling us they're going to space. How it said that the Kármán line was such and such degrees above sea level. How do you have sea level on? Again, my question is, how do you have sea level on a globe? I'm still investigating. But yeah, that begs the question. The question is the Earth curved or is it flat? Nope, over here silently sitting on a gym clowning all the homosexuals in the rap industry. They also gay, should be called the ass tap industry. Yeah. My BF just talked to me about the Earth. Flat Earth. Yeah, what did he say? Is he a flat earther? I'm willing to go wherever the evidence leads. If good evidence comes out to say that the Earth is not flat, then I don't have a problem believing that it's not. I'm just seeing the evidence for the flat Earth being more believable. But I'm still open. You can't have two masculine people in a relationship, easy as that. Things need to be balanced. Yeah. I saw a documentary that showed all the ancient cultures illustrating a flat Earth, and read the FAA document about how planes and helicopters work, and says rotating and flying about a flat Earth. Yeah. They teach their pilots how to fly on a flat, non-rotating Earth. Yep. What are y'all talking about? Mike and Mike. What y'all talking? Basically, it's possible the Earth is not rounded but flat, but I think they say it's round because they don't want us to reach other places on the Earth to make it seem like nothing else to explore. There's just so many questions surrounding if the globe were, if the Earth were rounded. Yeah, there's just so many questions. And I'm willing to have them answered. The sky is flat or curved. It seems to be a bit curved. It like if you look up, it's flat, but then as it expands out, it looks curved. Nope, I don't know. You said, why this dude just me out? I don't know what's going on. We talked about Antarctica and how there may be a lot more dealing there. Yes. It's just hard to know who's being honest about Antarctica and who's not. People say that they've traveled there and they, yeah, there's, I don't know. They take your sky and wrap it in a ball. If you believe that, you'll believe anything at all. Okay. You said, you mean Katy Perry went to space? Listen, she went to the edge of space. That's what they're saying. That this Kármán line is the edge of space. So not the space as we know it, because they would need a rocket in order to get past the space past the place that they went. Oh, hey, hold on. I see a comment that I like. I have to get to that. I laughed when the scientist said a bullet follows a curve because the earth is round. Oh, I've shot tens of thousands of rounds in my life and my bullets never curve like Neo in the Matrix. They go, yeah, that sounds no. Flat earth stuff. Definitely we'll have to check that out. Says, yeah, I know about flat earth. Got a whole channel about it. Well, hi there. Flat stuff, or sorry, I have to take notes so I can check it out. The Bible talks about the four corners of the earth. How is it possible with a circle? Speaks of angels posted at the corners to read Enoch. It's super clear. Yes. And again, as I was couldn't get it out. As I was mentioning last week, I really like the book of Enoch and how they break down the movement of the sun. And the way that they show it, it makes perfect sense on a flat earth. He's got 50 channels about it. Hardest working NFE. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I will definitely check that out. He said, Auntie don't know about Mike. That's interesting. Feel like she should have by now. Yeah, I don't know what y'all are talking about. Some things, yeah, I don't know. As early as 1830, they were still saying the earth is flat. Yeah, very, very new invention that it's not. Well, for one, the shape of the earth would dictate people's outlook on life and existence. So quite literally, this is a huge lie that changes people's existence. Yes. Don't even see that comment. Oh my goodness. I've sailed as far as 1,500 miles plus one way on the ocean in one trip. Never saw a curve, but I don't know. Navigating, I've never had to calculate for a curve, but maybe the wrong Asian taught me math. I mean, again, even when they use the gyroscope, they said that they don't have to account for a curve either. So there's just a lot more evidence, like I said, from what I've seen, pointing to it. Absolutely flat earth stuff. I know they're in here meowing. I've never seen this before, so please, I don't know what's going on. So as late as 1900, 1919 to 1933, they knew it was flat. So isn't it ironic that 1933 is when the Federal Reserve came into play? And then all of a sudden, and then remember, I showed y'all, what video was that I showed y'all that the Department of Education was also around that time. So that, you know, it doesn't seem like a coincidence to me. That sounds deliberate. Because that was the perfect time to start lying in textbooks and indoctrinating the kids in the schools into what they wanted us to learn and not what was true. My. Flat for adult life. Flat to the bone, yeah. Then the mind control kicked in maybe before my time. I mean, had to have. Had to have. Because again, they've been working on this stuff for a long time. How they're going to make us believe this thing. Yeah. Favorite George Orwell book? Oh, George Orwell? Is that the question? Um, yeah, is that George Orwell? I can't say I've read too many of them. I've read Animal Farm, 1984, and I feel like I've read one other one. But these are all things I had to read in school. I can't say that I have a favorite one. I thought Animal Farm was interesting just because of what the story was really about. Yeah, I was gonna see System of Control, exactly. Animal Farm. Yeah, just when you find out what the story is really about, I was like, okay, I thought it was, about some animals on a farm. But 1984 again is something that I feel like we're looking right at it. There was another one. And maybe I'm thinking about the wrong author, but there was a big announcement about an alien invasion, I want to say. And it was coming over the radio. I had to read that one as well. I don't know if that one's 1984 or if it's something different. It was so long ago. I'm so sorry. Could you survive the flood? Ooh. You mean like the global flood? No. I can't even say if I would be on that ark. He might not have put me on that ark. Yeah, I definitely would have been able to do that. Have you seen the video Satellites Are Fake? I can't say that I've seen the video. I want to say that I've heard that though. And which I can't say that I disagree with it. There's just a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense about the limits that we're able to go into space. I just feel like something's not adding up. And I get it because they say, okay, well, during this certain part of actual space, you need a rocket in order to get through the Earth's atmosphere. And then when you get out there, you have to get off the rocket. See, this is where I get confused. You have to get off the rocket and get onto a lunar module. And that's supposed to float you the rest of the way. To me, I just don't know if that's possible for them to be doing back and forth. And then I don't know. But then I also don't want to think that movies like Hidden Figures are not real. Because these women got awards for what they were doing, the calculations they were doing for NASA. Listen, if Obama and Michelle's marriage end, then we will never hear the end of it. No, we won't. Because we still don't hear the end of them now, and he hasn't been president for a long time. They still call him president. Even Obama couldn't please his partner, Black Men English. Atlas shrugged and grind. Brave New World. Yeah, these are some good books. Brave New World, again, that was one I had to read in school as well. How old are you? About is fine. Are you asking me how old I am? No spring chicken. I know what you're talking about. The war. Yes, the War of the Worlds. Okay, I was like, is that a Yes, I had to read that as well. So again, it's just amazing all the books that they forced me to read in school. I don't know if y'all had to read them, but these are books I had to read in school. And I've been wondering why. You said nobody floats bubble in space. Yeah, again, a lot of things don't add up. How dare you misgender Michelle Obama? Use her government name, Michael. Listen, I don't know what's going on. True level measure, not imagine a plumb line, defines true vertical by natural equilibrium. Yeah. Even the Bible talks about plumb lines. Jeff Bezos' fake spaceflight psyop exposed. Yeah, a lot of people have made videos. I think the one that really tricked people though was when they actually went up and then you were able to see the Earth. And I remember one podcaster I watched, they were like, "See, flat earthers." I was like, "No, this is what they want us to think." In UK, kids can't read clocks, so they're putting in digital clocks. Really? Is that something that they stopped teaching the kids as well? No, wait. I think that is a thing. I think that they have stopped teaching kids to read clocks. And why? It's just so many questions. Why? The War of the Worlds broadcast created panic. Research all the damage it did and how people reacted when they thought it was real. I wasn't aware beforehand how much damage was done because they believed it. Yeah, I feel like I vaguely remember hearing about that. Because I want to say they actually played it on the radio or something. And I wonder how he knew all this stuff. Oh, I didn't know that he was born in India. Yeah, I mean, who was he that he would knows that he would, you know what I mean? Like, who was he around where he would come up with something like 1984, the War of the Worlds, and then us dealing with this stuff as we speak? Hmm. There's so many psyops going on today. Yeah, way too many. You gotta just keep your head down and work on what you need to work on. 4 seconds of Earth I can make on this computer. Okay. Yeah, they want to trick us real good. Put that stuff for Earth. Wait, are there two people in here with the same name? Goes to show things are planned generations in advance. Oh, absolutely. And they want us to know about it because, again, they make us read it in school. He said, "Don't know if you know this. Misusing the word king is like a globy thing to do. So sus and annoying, not allowed. Misusing the word king like a globy thing to do." I'm not really sure what that means. I'm sorry. I don't know what that means. Gemini twins, meow. Yeah. Oh my. Um, okay, y'all. Wait, do y'all know each other? The two flat Earth people? Flat stuff Earth and flat stuff? I'm confused. Oh, it's just two different pictures. I can't focus for nothing. I'm still laughing because of Nope's dang video title. I'm gonna have to check it out once we leave here. Are y'all into astrology? No. I can agree that when they come out with the personality traits of the different zodiac signs, I mean, I don't know about everybody's, I just know about what they say about mine. And it sounds like it's true, but yeah, definitely not something I follow. I don't even read horoscopes. I don't want that on me. Yeah, I don't want that on me. You know, a study came out saying 51% of internet traffic is bots. I don't know what these flat earth guys is doing. Like there's three. I'm sorry. I don't know why that was so funny, but no, for real. What? I don't I saw two. That's hilarious. You said there's three of them in here. I feel like we don't usually get hit with the bots too much over here, so that's just crazy. Yes, please drop the link so we can check it out. Now those two different people, bro, what's going on in this chat? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just as lost as everybody else. I dated a chick into astrology. She said she could read my aura. I told her good. That makes it easy. I don't have to tell you to leave and be gone and stay gone crazy. You would think that they would think, know things like that are coming. No, that's too funny. Um, yeah, it just never stops there. Fan of Cat said he had 50 flat earth channels of bruh cat raids together. Quasar. Mm-mm. Capricorn Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising. See, I hear people say that. I don't know what any of that means. I know it has to deal with houses. Um, it, like the constellations are broken up into different houses, but uh, other than that, I don't know what all that's supposed to mean. What do you think of YouTube shorts? I think they serve their purpose for sure. If you just want a quick little, bit of information, I think they're pretty cool. They're hard for me. I'm pretty long-winded, so they're a little hard for me. But now they've upped it from the 1 minute to at least 3 minutes, so that's a little easier. Because, like, remember on TikTok, I could post 5 minute videos or whatever. So it was really hard to get everything into 1 minute, a 1 minute thought. But okay. Well, I'm supposedly a Gemini, but I guess that makes me a two-face. That's what they say. You're two different people. Again, I think people can pick out different personality traits that do line up. But I don't think to base your life on, no, I don't think so. No, Not supposed to do that. Big views, huge, maybe if you're lucky, no news, subs, DOH. I can't drop links here, but the channel is Wathena, and the first video is called Hip Hop is for Zesty Men. Okay. Okay. I'm broke. I guess that means I had no money. It's too late. Oh my, y'all. Okay, party people. That's all I have for this evening. Few updates. Let's see. Should be dropping another video on the YouTube this week. Maybe 2 if I can get the other one together. Where's the curvature on a flat earth? You already asked that one. I think we're still trying to figure out. I wish I did have some pork chops, but I think there's more spaghetti, so I'm about to go chomp on that. Finish doing some writing, and then yeah, head into bed, probably about 12ish. But yeah. Check progress tomorrow, view count. Yeah, nowhere. Okay, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Edison, good night, y'all. I will see y'all soon. We will chat it up back here, same time next week. Okay. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for all those who tuned in. Your comments were greatly appreciated. Y'all have a good rest of your week. Bye.